Today's recipe is brought to you by McNish's gluten-free all-purpose flour mix.
Hi, and thank you for joining us on McNish's gluten-free goodies cooking online. Today we're going to make our pumpkin spice gluten-free muffins. These muffins are gluten-free and dairy-free. We're going to start with 1 cup of McNish's gluten-free all-purpose flour mix. To this we are going to add a teaspoon of baking powder and a half a teaspoon of baking soda, 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, and a teaspoon of cinnamon. And then we're also going to add 2/3 cup of granulated sugar. If you wanted to make these sugar-free, you can substitute 2/3 cups honey in place of the 2/3 cups sugar. We're going to whisk the ingredients together. Okay, making sure that everything is blended real nicely. Next, we are going to whisk together a 1/4 cup of canola oil, and then a 1/4 cup of water, a cup of pumpkin, and 2 eggs. We're going to add this to our flour mixture. And then we're going to fold our ingredients together. The mixture will be a little thick, but that just gives you moist muffins when they come out of the oven. You can also put this in a small 3 to 4 inch loaf pan and make yourself a small loaf of pumpkin bread. You're going to lightly grease your muffin pan or your loaf pan and stick it in the oven, 350 for 25 minutes for muffins and 25 to 30 minutes for a loaf pan. We now have our muffin tray filled. The batter we just made makes 9 pumpkin muffins or 1 6-inch loaf pan. You're going to put these in your oven, 350 degrees. The muffins are going to go in for 20 to 25 minutes, and the loaf pan is going to go in for 25 to 30 minutes. You're going to make sure you insert a toothpick into your muffins and or the center of your loaf pan to make sure that it comes out clean. We're now going to make the topping for our pumpkin spice muffins. First, we're going to add 1 cup of powdered sugar, and we're going to have 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground nutmeg, 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground cloves, and 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. To this, we are going to add 2 tablespoons of milk. If you just need to make your recipe dairy-free, you can add 2 tablespoons of your favorite dairy-free milk. So you can add soy milk, rice milk, goat's milk. For a little added flavor, if you even wanted, you can add coconut milk. You're going to mix this up real nicely. It's going to be just a little thick. What this is kind of like a royal icing. That way it dries almost hard on the top of your muffins, so that when you bite into them, it's not going to be all gooey. Okay, we've taken our muffins out of the oven. We're going to lay down a little bit of wax paper. You're going to flip your muffins upside down. You're not going to let them cool completely in the pan, or they will stick. Okay, just upright all your muffins. They should be warm to the touch if you're going to put icing on them. If they're not warm to the touch, the icing will not dry correctly. So we'll just get all those lined up. And then you have 2 ways. You can use a spoon and you can just pour the icing over, or what I like to use is the baby whisk and drizzle the icing over the top. And then just go all different directions. And the reason you're putting the wax paper on the bottom is so you don't have to clean up the messing of the icing off of your cutting board.
And that's it for today. Thank you for joining McNish's Gluten-Free Goodies for our online easy gluten-free cooking class. To view today's recipe or check out our products, go to the links in the sidebar to the right of your screen.